So, there's been some massive news across the Football League today. At Leeds, at Shrewsbury, and at Exeter. So, we will start with the news from Elland Road. And that is Paul Heckingbottom has been sacked. So, Leeds United can confirm that Paul Heckingbottom has left his role as head coach. Angus Kinnear said, on behalf of the board of directors at Leeds United, I would like to thank Paul for his commitment, passion he has demonstrated since he joined the club earlier this year. Paul came to us during a difficult period of the season and has conducted himself in an exemplary manner despite results not going the way we wanted. Our objective is to appoint a head coach with more experience, and a bunch of people have also left. So Paul Heckingbottom's time at the Peacocks, as they're known, was awful. There's no other word to describe it. It came from Barnsley, moved to a different part of Yorkshire. 16 games, 4 wins, 4 draws, 8 defeats. It's a 25% win ratio. It's the worst since Milinak, who was in charge for 6 games, and before that he has a worse points per game ratio than David Hockaday. And Hockaday was absolutely awful. It just hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. And he probably got his job for the form he had as Barnsley caretaker. 22 games, 14 wins, 5 draws, 3 defeats. In that time, he got a 64% win ratio, winning the League One playoffs and also won the what's now the Checkatrade Trophy. So he won those. He kept Barnsley up last season and the following season virtually, and got the job in February. And it's gone totally wrong since, and they're looking for someone with more experience, which brings me to my next point. Who is favourite? And the favourite for the job at Leeds is Marco Bielsa. If you don't know who that is, he is a manager who's been over France. He's managed Marseille, and he was last at Lille last year. So he is 4-6 on. So, sounds as good as done. Some other people go up to around 20-1. Ranieri 6-1, Inzaghi 11-1, McCarthy 13-1, Yap Stam 14-1, Laudrup 16-1, Big Sam 18-1, and you have a bunch of people at 20-1, including Pearson, McLaren, Slaven Bilic. So, it looks like Bielsa could be on his way to England for the first time. Let's head over to Shrewsbury now. Shrewsbury Town have confirmed their new manager will be John Askey from Oxford. He's been there for 4 or 5 years, and he has done brilliantly as first team manager. Before that, he's been assistant manager, he's been youth team manager, and as a player, he's been there for over 30 years. So he's replaced Paul Hurst, who has gone to Ipswich Town. He got FA Trophy runners-up last season, and he won the National League by 10 points. If you know anything about non-league football, like I do, my club play non-league football, I support Hereford, you know Macclesfield don't have a big budget to work with. They don't have many fans. Their attendances are usually under 2,000, compared to some clubs get 2, 3, 4,000, some even 5. So he has really worked well with his budget. He's got a lot of players that he's got the best out of. Some older players such as George Pilkington, Keith Lowe, Jared Hoskins, and Danny Wichter. And he's got some other younger players like Scott Wilson he picked up from Bath. He's done very well. So he's really put together a side and really, really shone as a manager. He's excited for the new challenge ahead. My hopes are to get Shrewsbury promoted, which is a big, big challenge in itself. If they do the same as last season, they will almost certainly get promoted. Finally, Paul Tisdale has left Exeter after 12 years. It looks like he will be going to MK Dons after not signing a new deal with the Gratians. It's a shame it's ended this way. The process started about a year ago to try and get him a new contract, but he's not been interested, which is a shame. He was the longest serving manager. Now that is Jim Bentley of Morecambe. It's a weird one. I don't know why he hasn't signed it. Clearly he thinks that MK Dons is a better opportunity. But they've been loyal to him just as much as he's been loyal to them. And it's obviously up to each club how they go about their transfer business and their managerial business. He obviously feels like MK Dons is a better opportunity for him. Maybe he'll have a bigger budget, get paid a bit more, which is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. They'll be pushing once again. Exeter are a fan-based club. They run solely on what their supporters trust makes. So they sell most of their good players if they can, like so Ethan Ampadu, Ollie Watkins, Dean Moxey, Brian Harley, I think, as well. So they sell their players. They brought a couple of those back actually later on, but they sell them to keep the club going. Each year they have a budget, and he's worked extremely well with that budget, getting them to 2 playoff finals. He just couldn't get them over the line. He's already had 2 promotions with them in 2008 and 9 from the Conference and League 2, but it looks like he will be heading over to Milton Keynes to take over that job. I think that they will go with a manager from the Conference. Luke Garrard from Boreham Wood would be an interesting one, or Paul Doswell's done very well at Sutton. I don't expect them to, or maybe they'll go with somebody totally out of the blue, like Sol Campbell. He's been looking for a job, but I don't know who they'll go with. Tell me your thoughts down below on all of these stories. Subscribe if you're new. I am Mike, and I will see you soon.